episode of Taste Buds. I'm Sinan.
And I'm Ralph.
Today, we're gonna be making baklava. Now, to begin, we have to make the sauce. Now, even though we put on the sauce last, it's important to make it first so it doesn't get really thick when you make it. Alright, to make the sauce, you're gonna need 2 cups of sugar, 1 cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. The first thing you wanna do is mix the sugar and the water in a regular pot and put it on the stove. Alright. Now before you add the lemon juice, you're gonna have to make sure that the sugar and water is boiling.
I'll do that.
Now while we wait for that to boil, we're gonna actually start making the essence of the baklava. Now, you're gonna have to take out phyllo dough. You can buy this at any supermarket. And the great thing about this packaging is it's in twin packs because you're gonna have to separate between half and half. You got this packaging. It's important to refrigerate the phyllo dough before you use it, or else it's very thin. It's gonna stick. Unroll it.
That's a bad thing.
Yes. Thank you, Ralph.
I'm welcome.
Unroll that. Move that out of the way. You gotta be very careful. It's delicate. Now, to make sure this doesn't stick too much, you gotta get any ordinary rag. You don't want to dampen it too much. You want to get some water, sprinkle it on there. Just make sure it's wet. Right? This is just to make sure that the dough does not stick to each other. Because too much water is going to make it stick. Now it's important to keep this at room temperature after you take it out of the refrigerator, or else, once again, it'll stick. Now, take a pan, and you're gonna need 2 sticks of unsalted butter. Now to melt the butter, you're gonna have to put it in the microwave and make it defrost. You don't wanna just put it in and type in 10, or else it's gonna bubble and explode and be very nasty. Now, after it's melted, you need a brush, and you're gonna brush it on the pan. Very thin layer, you don't need too much, because you're gonna be doing this a lot. This is the first layer of butter. Make sure it's all over the pan. Alright. Now, you're gonna need the first layer of phyllo dough. It's very thin, very carefully. Pick it up. Hold the other end, make sure it's flat, and place it down. Perfect. Now, after every layer of phyllo dough, you're gonna need a new layer of butter. You gotta be very careful, it's very delicate, I already told you. Very lightly, just go over, go over. If it breaks a little, it's okay. It's not gonna matter too much, because you're gonna be placing a lot of layers on this. Is it boiling yet? Can you check?
Yeah.
Please? Every layer?
That's just starting to boil.
Just starting to boil?
Yeah.
Perfect. Now, we're gonna need 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. It's important to add this as soon as it's boiling. Thank you. Now, when you add the lemon juice, wait 15 seconds before you take it off. Every so often, you're gonna have to stir this. So, can you get a spoon for yourself?
Yeah, sure.
You can just stir that right now, just a little bit. Don't have to keep continuously stir it. You want to stir it because it's going to get thick if you just leave it alone. So every couple minutes, go back to it and stir just a little bit. Is it good? Is it
Yep.
really thick?
Yeah, it is.
Good. Now, in addition to the butter, once you get halfway with the dough, you want to add 2 cups of freshly ground walnuts. Now, normally, as I said before, Turkish baklava has pistachios. You can add pistachios to this. You can try a mixture. I've never had it before. I'm sure it'd be delicious. You can put any kind of nut in there you want. But walnuts, I'm gonna sprinkle it all over. Trying to get an even layer. If it's not too even, after you pour, you can use your hands to, or you can use a spoon to spread it around. Make sure it's all over. Make sure you use all 2 cups. You want the most nutty taste you can get out of this baklava. It's not too even. I can just go like that. Make sure it's all over the place. Now, after the walnuts are on, second pack of dough. You gotta put this in an oven preheated to 375 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. You get the oven for me, thank you very much. Okay. Now, put that in there. Now, you're gonna have to wait about 30 minutes, or at least until it's brown. You're gonna know it's done because the phyllo dough rises when it's cooked. And it's gonna make this nice, flaky, brown, a little golden, kind of a circular dough. Now it's gonna take about 30 minutes, so we're gonna have to wait. Smells
Delicious.
now, the salsa we've been working on before, not too thick, pouring it on. Now, you want to start from the corners first, working your way to the top, to the middle. That should be good.
Smells really good, Sinan. I think you did a good job today.
Thank you. All right, now, once this is done simmering, we are gonna cut it. Yeah, can you give me a knife, please?
Sure.
Now, the thing about this one is, if you see the top layer is a little loose, that's fine. That's probably because there wasn't enough butter on the top layer, but it'll all work out. All right, cutting it is hard when you do it after, so that's why I suggested you want to do it before. Let's hold that down. Normally, baklava is cut into squares or little triangles.
There we go.
Oh, good.
Okay.
And enjoy. Well,
I know.
you can't eat that.
Still probably kind of hot.
Yeah, it probably is.
Mmm. Good stuff.
And that's how you make baklava. Now, thank you for joining us on our very first episode. Be sure to tune into our next episode for our fiesta dip for party. And I'm Sinan.
And I'm Ralph.
Thank you for watching.
Stay classy, playing duck. Awesome. Good stuff.
We missed a walnut, that's why I took it.